this is something that I would love to have as a bridge into the growth mindset, which, if you don't mind, I'd like to touch a little bit on. Sure. And with the growth mindset that we also teach here at Growth Tribe, it's a very important mindset to adapt, but you cannot adapt it like this. Like it needs a little bit of time for you to understand, become aware of what it is and how it happens and how it can help you grow at the end. But basically, what the growth mindset is it's a way for you to be okay to fail with every experiment that you do, either with yourself or at work or anywhere else, that will help you learn, become aware of what it is, and then based on the data on what you learn, you can improve with the next step. So that is basically what the growth mindset is all about.
I can relate to that.
Exactly. So calmness and awareness and reflecting on the effort that you've put in, the challenge that is in front of you, and your willingness to learn. For me, it's all related.
Yes.
I can also like give a small example that I had here at the office just a couple of weeks after we've had our seminar, your seminar basically, which I attended. But basically, I became aware of the fact that, okay, I need to take a step back.
Yes.
And resharpen the axe before cutting the tree, basically. Just take a step back, reflect, see what is happening with the first battle, and how can I approach the things or my tasks differently from a different perspective. And then I was able to let me look for those perspectives. And then the team lead here in my team was really kind to have that talk with me, and I was able to look at things from his perspective, from the leadership perspective, and I was like, oh, okay, this makes more sense now. I see why they're doing this. I see how I can improve, how I can help with this, and how I can contribute. And this actually, instead of me being like this and
contracted
and kind of a little bit afraid of a little bit afraid of the unknown or what's to come or whatever, I was able to okay, take a deep breath and find my way through this. So
it was all thanks to the seminar, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
So this is the awareness part for me is also very important. And I also started learning about this years ago, but it's tough to implement. So what I wanted to say here, take a second and say, is that what we're talking about here is definitely proven that it could work and it would work. But the thing is that it's not a magic wand. Exactly. So nothing will happen overnight. Nothing will be fixed overnight. What you're gonna want to do is consistently work at this.
The mother of mastery is repetition.
Exactly. And also you say this a lot, slow is fast and fast is slow. Take things slow, learn the techniques, which hopefully
we can give a few
at the end. But
just one.
Take it step by step. It's like learning anything. If you want to learn a musical instrument, you have to take it step by step. If you want to go to the gym, you take it step by step. It's not like working out for 9 hours a day will give you what you want or the look or the health that you want. It's for long periods consistently, and this will hopefully get you to where you want to be. But it all starts with the awareness.
Yes. That's in a way. That's how we started off, and you're correct. So if you're not aware, of course, of what needs to be changed, then change is very challenging.
Or how to change it.
Definitely. That's
number two.
Yeah. Well, maybe even three, because in fact you have the awareness, and then of course there has to really be the commitment.
Yes.
I think the commitment is underrated. So going for any new skill or growing, you have to commit. Commit also means cutting out a lot of other things. So it has to be the awareness of what your situation is, and then perhaps the awareness of what needs to be changed, and then the willingness and the commitment. And the commitment gives you the courage. Because when you're not really committed, it's raining. I'm not going to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Or never mind the stress. I'll have the unhealthy meal or whatever. So the commitment gives you the courage, and the courage gives you the capabilities, which then gives you the confidence. That's those 4 steps are, by the way, from Dan Sullivan, which is a strategic coaching. Great, but that's a great order. I put 1 step in front of it, which is the awareness. So we start with the awareness. This has to change.
Step number 1.
Yes, and then the willingness to actually change. So you put in the effort. That's the commitment.
Yeah.
You have to be committed. Anything you're not fully committed to is not really going to change.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not enough to watch one webinar and say, okay, I'll try. It's not working for me. And when we do the exercise, by the way, before I forget, a lot of people who do relaxation exercise or calmness exercise sometimes even get a little bit more stress in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because then they're like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Right?
Am I doing it correct?
Yeah.
Is anybody watching?
I had this
yes.
The first time I tried.
A lot of self-awareness happens, which is fine. It's part of the process. The techniques I learned, you don't have to sit and meditate for half an hour or an hour or anything like that. They can be very short. So there's the awareness that something in my life needs to change. And maybe that's not for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure there's also people who've done a lot of these practices or done yoga and are very calm and very relaxed and like, I'm actually fine. So it's not for me, of course, or anybody else to say. That's always an own personal choice. It has to be intrinsic. Mm-hmm. Not like I think you should do this. If it's just a manager or a boss tells you, you might reflect on it.
Yeah, and
you can reflect